Hello, hello! Welcome to the beginning part of the video where we double check to make sure everything is working. Okay. Looks like chat has not come up yet. That's okay. There it is. Let's see what else we got going on. That should be working. Okay. Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy different weapons and armour and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and should hopefully act as a hook to keep you wanting to play more and to find out what happens. In this video series, I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough was about 60 hours. So we're coming up to the end of it now, a couple more weeks, something like that, I think. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 PM UK time. Every week for, one more week maybe after this. Maybe two, probably just one though. So feel free to leave a comment on any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat, as any and all feedback is more than welcome. So we've got 3 quests in our in our quest tracker. Up here, they're little decks of cards. We've got where we left off last stream on our map card, and we've got our 12-sided die as our character marker. We are finishing off quest R, and we are pouring a draft of discovery onto a stone. So we've got our equipment here. We've got iron daggers and bear leather at the moment. I think we're staying with that. I think we could upgrade to wolf leather, but it's a bit more tricky, and I don't think it's necessary. It is an option though. We got some food in our pouch. That's how we restore health, and you can only access items that are in your pouch during combat. We've got our satchel that has 35 half-inch squares in it, and we're using a chit system. So most of them are half-inch square, but some of them are different shaped. We've got a nice clean inventory now. We put a lot of it in our inventory here, which is like our space at the inn. We've got quest items. Here's our draft of discovery that we're going to... that's going to come up. Draft of discovery that we're going to pour onto the rocks. And then we've got our dream deck. So as I said in the intro, we go through our main story. I call it a main story. It's more like an overarching story. It's not really the main story for now. It's supposed to be quite cryptic and make you want to keep playing to find out what happens, really. So there's 9 out of 10 we're on now. So there's only one more left to go. And we've got a bigger inventory space here because we're renting out a room at the inn. So you have to be on that map card to access it. But you can stack any item up to 5 times, and it's got twice the amount of space. I might take away the stacking of up to 5 times because we're almost done with the game. We're not going to have that much more, really. So I think I'll be tempted to not do that. I haven't, gathered as much stuff as I thought I would do. We've got weather's okay, and we've got our old map at the end here that we got right at the beginning of the game that shows us roughly where to go. So we have spoken to the witch Sheelith, and she has said to go back to where we found this rubbing. We found sort of an imprint in the stone. We made a rubbing with charcoal and paper over the top of it. We took that to her. We took it to a couple of people, and they didn't really know what to do. So we took it to her, and she did know what to do. She then warned us. What did she say? She said they're crests from houses, and the mark on the bottom is a rune of magic. So she's going to reveal. She made a draft that can reveal more, but it came with a warning because it's dangerous. Delving deeper may invoke irreversible harm to you. Think upon this path before running to it blindly. So we were warned, but we did it anyway. I mean, you're going to do it, aren't you, really? But it's quite interesting, hopefully. So we took some ingredients by going to the caverns to hunt some weird creatures, and we got a tattered wing, a beetle husk, and some coagulated blood. We needed an empty bottle to put the blood into. I guess you wouldn't know that maybe the first time, so you might have to add that to the quest, saying you will need a empty bottle for that. So then she said here, pour this on the stone, the draft of discovery. It will reveal what is hidden in the rune. And so we're going to do that. And then we'll do this one. So let's move this in. We did a bit of this quest last stream. Put that to the side. And I'll show you the map card, because it's what I do at the beginning of every stream. So there are mini cards. There are over 300 of them. And in the top left corner, you've got the number of the card, and then you've got numbers north, east, south, and west, depending on which direction you want to go. This one also has a fishing node on it. There's river fishing and sea fishing. This is the river fishing one. You go on the bridge, and you can do the mini game for that. They've got a night side on the back, day side on the front. So we're going down, and we're using a 12-sided die as a character marker, and every 12 steps is 1/2 hour that we mark on a tracker, and we can track the day, but there's nothing that's time gated. It's just a good way of tracking time. I think it's good because there's day and night. You can do different things. I'm still trying to make sure there's plenty to do at night as well. We did a lot of fishing, and the only way to get maggots was from killing night stalkers at night, but you could forage for crickets, but you wouldn't get as good a fish. So there are many options in the game. I try to make lots of options, but you're not supposed to do all of them at once, or all of them at all. You can choose. We haven't done any mining or logging really. We did a bit of it at the beginning just to get a bit of gold, because you get an axe and a pickaxe from the quests right at the beginning. But we haven't leveled it up. We've leveled up our hunting because we're hunting for hide. So we've got boar hide and then bear hide, and we could hunt for wolves and then get wolf hide if we wanted to really upgrade our armor. We'll see if we need to do that or not, I suppose. And then we've leveled up our cooking. We cook the raw meat we get from killing animals, and that's how we get gold. We sell the raw meat, or we can use that to eat to restore our health. And then we've got sneaking and lockpicking and intimidation. Some quests a lot behind an intimidation level, and this one and the one last stream was. So we've upgraded that fully, and we intimidated this guy Olwen, who's the harbour master, and we're trying to help him out a little bit with something that he's got a problem with, a prisoner. So now though, we're going into the woods. We're going to pour this draft of discovery on the stones and see what happens. So we are going to get all of our map cards, 300 grouped into 50s. We want card 181, so we take the whole group of 50. So that one is in, and we just look in the top left corner for it and pop it down. 181. So when we go into the woods, time is doubled. So every time you move, you do 2 steps instead of 1. And then we roll an 8-sided die for any encounters. So 1 to 3 is nothing, 4, 5 is a rabbit where you might get some raw meat, and 6, 7 is a boar, and an 8 is a bear. So we'll see how we get on as we make our way down. Where's our 8-sided die? There we go. So we're not in the woods yet on this card, so that's be 2 just on the edge, and then when we move in, then we'll go into the woods. So we want 2, 2, 3. You've got to try to remember where this place was. I think it was a bit more to the west than down. We'll see. Okay, so through 2 and then 3, 4. Now we're in the woods and we roll for an encounter. It's a 5. That's a rabbit. So we'll just get a few cards, and that will determine if we catch any raw meat. Well, you only get 1 raw meat, and it's just a little extra thing. It's not super exciting. That's a bee swarm bit. We do get raw meat. There we go. So it's a bit. I think it's more interesting than just having nothing, and then just an idea for a boar, a way of getting a boar, not really, or a bear. So I didn't want wolves. You can encounter at night in the woods. We haven't done that yet. Wolves are a bit scary at the moment still, especially today. They were coming to the end of the day, and actually we're about halfway through the day, a bit over halfway. We've only got 32 health though, so but you can rest at night at a campfire, and that will restore all your health with a bit of time as a penalty for it. Anyway, we only got we did get a bit of raw meat, didn't we? We did. So we get that from our chits, raw meat. Get them on top now because we've been using them quite a lot lately. Pop that back. So that goes in our satchel. We've got lots of space for that now. So that's good. Let's go west to 224 and then south. Pretty sure that's where we want to go. You can check the cards if you're not sure, if you want to as well. 4, 5, 6. When we roll for an encounter, 5 is another rabbit. So we do that again. Get another raw meat. That would be good. Each one is a potential thing that we can cook with different types of cooked meat, and some sell for quite a lot of money. Evasion. We catch nothing. Oh dear. Well, one got away and one didn't. South 225. This card's got an X on the west side, which means you can't go any further. Right at the edge of the board here. It's quite interesting. Well, perhaps I think it's quite interesting because you never really have the whole board out as you go, because you lay the cards down piecing it together, but you only piece together where you go, and it doesn't stick together afterwards. So you pack it up, and then the next time, next day, next in-game day or whatever, you don't know where you're going to be going, so it could be a different route. So you never see the whole board out at once, because it gets to night anyway at some point, and you get rid of them at night unless you're only like a few steps away from the inn or where you're sleeping, and all you're going to do is come back again. But so 6, 7, 8, and we are on our place here, 225. So let's just make a note of that on the cards. I have also got in it examples of saying go to, say, the south of the woods and find this thing, or go to map card it, X, whatever it is, 225 in this case. I don't know which is better really, whether to keep it so you have to search around for a little bit, but this is a bit more difficult because I would have to have a location, an interior card for this, I think, or like a buildings card for this. I've got a buildings deck for where all the characters are and how you can interact with them. It tells you where they are and everything. So I could have that for all the buildings. There are 2 more I can add to that, and that would maybe work. Anyway, we're at the right quest. Let's get Shulith out from the character deck. We got her in here somewhere. There she is. And I'll do a little rundown of what that looks like. So, oh yeah, she does not actually speak. She's not here with us, but I'll show you what the character card looks like anyway. So we've got her name on the top left, and then picture, and then the quest she's a part of. So she's a big part of quest R and K and a little bit of S. You can only start a quest at number 1, and then you work sequentially through it. And we've got intimidation, the sneak level, and then some gold and some shop items as well on the back. She sells poisons, but we have to bring ingredients to her, and it takes a day for her to make them. So we don't actually need you out right now because you're not here with us. Right, we're here. We're going to pour our draft of discovery on these runes. We're going to see what happens. See, this is the first instance of magic in the game. There is magic involved, but it's something that I want to start off with very little. It builds and builds and builds through more games you add to Realm of the Empress. This is just chapter 1, Port Ovis. So it says, you open the small bottle and pour the liquid onto the stone. It's thick and has a bluish tinge to it. It seeps into the stone and the blue colour darkens. The stone seems to crackle as though on fire, but you see no flames and feel no heat, but it dissolves the markings that were there. Then a strand of the liquid starts to move. It curves and grows, creating a new image. You can soon make out a ship or a boat being thrown against a jagged cliff face by great waves, breaking apart from the force. Above it, a small figure looks down over the carnage. The image doesn't last for very long. The glow fades, then the liquid evaporates, leaving the stone bare with no markings. Ew. So that's what's happened. It doesn't say at the end of this part of the quest to do anything in particular. So sometimes there'll be directions for you, the player, to do, and sometimes there won't. There'll be times where you just have to think, okay, well, what do I do? So hopefully that's okay. So it's done something. It doesn't really make any sense to us, but seeing as Shidith told us to come down here, did she say to come back to her? No, she just said here it will reveal what is hidden. Anyway, so it kind of, hopefully it makes sense, to come back to her and tell her what's happened if you don't know. So we will keep that out, and we'll go back to her. Keep the rabbits out as well, I suppose. So she's going to be right on the other end, so we're not going to be able to keep all this out, but that's okay. We'll go a bit further over. I'm just thinking if there's anything else. We've used up that. It should say lose. Actually, haven't said that. We've still got the bottle of drafted discovery, haven't we? So I don't know what. We could just say lose. What quest item? Maybe it says that on a different one. R8. Yeah, it's on the next one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's keep that there. Let's see. Let's go out of here. So 8, 9, 10. So that was all it was. Something interesting. Hopefully, strange markings. What did we get? We got an image of a ship or boat being thrown against jagged cliff face by waves, breaking it apart, and a small figure looking down over the carnage. So what does that mean? We'll find out, hopefully. So we're going to get back out of the woods. 7 is a boar. We could fight the boar if we want. I'm tempted to have a mechanic where if you've got twice the health of the animal, specifically they're animals, creatures and monsters, but only the animal. If you have twice their health, you can just defeat them, take their loot, but you take their health as damage. So basically you take half damage. Not sure if that works or not, but at the moment we've upgraded our sneaking, so we can just sneak past the boar without instantly, essentially, so we don't have to get any of that out. So 10, 11, 12. 3 is nothing. 12, 1, 2. And we're out of the woods. One more roll. 1, nothing. Okay. So no more rabbits. Right, we're going to go over back to Shidith in the other woods. And then we're going to go north of that to talk to GA for the other quests. So let's see how far across we can go. We put that there. And then we might have to put away some cards. Right, so we're going to go up again. So that's 3. And then 1, 7, 7. So there's a lot of card play. Well, card movement, I guess is the word. So you have to be okay with that, really, to play the game, I guess. 1, 7, 6. Can we go on there? Oh, we can get on there, just about on the edge of the cliff. You can't go up and down cliffs, swim, or go through bushes in this game. Those are the barriers. So we're just on the edge of the cliff here, though. So we're okay. There should be an X in that on that map card to also tell you can't do that for 5. But there is just a tiny little bit of an edge on this card, so it is available for us. 1, 2, 4. So going east to west, and west to east is always sequential. I've got a feeling this is going to need to be lower down. How low can we go? There, pretty much. Okay, 6. We want 117. 16, 15, 66, 67, 68. We've got a little stairway built into the hewn even into the rocks coming down here. So this is the only way to get down this cliff face. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, did we go through? We went through at 12 already, didn't we? That's a half hour. And we're going to go through another one, so I'll do that already now. Yes, got to remember to do that too. 113. Where we? Yeah. I haven't said that. We can go off to the east from here. I think it's a bit of a shortcut. I think 69. Do we need to? Ooh, do we want to? We might want to drop off our cooking pot, although I don't think we really need to make space right now. So let's go along here a bit. There's the farm. Don't need to go to the farm though. Let's do 109 back down from there. Then 108. 107 is the inn. We might pause it there, put away some cards so we need more space. So this is only because, not because my table isn't big enough, it's just because the camera won't be able to see, well, it would be able to zoom out big enough, but you wouldn't be able to see anything if it was zoomed out that much. So I kind of need to pack away the cards a bit more than you would normally. That's is not even a 1 meter, I would say, across here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it might seem like, well, it is. I'm doing it a lot here, but you wouldn't need to do that if you've got at least 1 meter across. But some people don't have that, so that's okay. It's really just, are you okay with taking away and putting away cards all the time? And I don't. It's supposed to be casual. You're not supposed to be rushing through everything, so it should be okay to just sort of take cards out and put them back again. Take them out and put them back again. But everyone's different, so who knows? Right, let's take some of these, put them back. 66. The obvious thing would be to make a computer game, but the whole point really is to be away from screens. So I don't really want to do that. And I think slowing down, putting cards away, taking them back out, putting them away, taking them out, slows the pace of what you're doing down, hopefully. I think that's maybe a good thing. What was that? 176, next pile. But yeah, I think if you're okay with it, you are. If you're not, you're not. That's just the way it is. You have to be right with it to play this game. I do have a map that's made out of the whole place, as a normal, let me just as a normal ball game would be, but it's just not as fun. It's not the same. You don't get that sense of exploration, just not knowing where the map, how far in any direction you can go. I think this is a sacrifice that I'm willing to take for that sense of exploration and adventure. Really, it comes at a price, but it's not a particularly high price, I would say. Right, as we've learnt, we want to go down to 135 actually. The witch's hut, Sheilith's hut, is on the same level as this path. So we follow the path all the way along. Paths will always lead to buildings. I don't think I did it on purpose though, that this would lead to the witch's hut. And there's the edge of the woods where we're going to come in a minute. Let's just do our steps. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a half hour. So yeah, 144. Still not in the woods yet, actually. That's in the woods. Let's put them all out so we get there, then we'll do the steps and the rolls. Once we get there, there's the witch's hut. We just about get it all on. Fantastic. Right, so 5, 6, 7, 8. And we do our roll because we're in the woods now for an encounter just like we did before. 2 is nothing. 8, 9, 10. 1 is nothing. 10, 11, 12. 3 is nothing. 12, 1, 2. Seven is a boar. We can ignore them. Ignore the boar because we're sneaky. We're very sneaky at the moment. We can sneak past boars very easily. Right, we're at the witch's hut. We will take Shulith out so we can see who is talking. And we're going to hope she's got R. We're on R9, so that's quest R, part 9. If we look here, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully. You can see under the quest, we've got all the K ones, and then there's R down in the middle. It says R6, R7, R8, R10. So because it's got R10 and R11 and R13, R15, it's quite a lot actually. 16 we put after 17 for some reason. So R10, so that means we're at the right place. So because it doesn't say any directions, we'll have to look about, or we can just check on the card if you don't fancy immersing yourself in being lost. Some people, I quite like being lost sometimes in a good board game. I think it creates a bit of adventure, or it can do, but if you've been playing for a long time and you just want to get, figure out what's going on, then maybe you don't need to do that. You can just check on the card. Anyway, Shulith says, Lorelei, adventurer, I would have thought you'd know all about the myth. This is hard to say. She sang to sailors and lured them to their deaths. There is a statue of her on the southern cliffs. Perhaps she will have some answers for you when I cannot provide them. Lose quest item R8. Take quest item R10 when at the location. So here again, I just written when at the location because I want you to find it, rather than just saying card. 278. That's not the card, but anyway. So we lose our draft of discovery. The stone rubbing might as well get lost as well. And we're going to write a little note on this one. Because it's the wrong image that I drew on there. Yeah, let's get rid of both of those. Got a whole list of quest cards there. Not a list, a whole deck even. So, we'll keep that together. Southern Shore. Southern Shore? Southern Cliffs. There is a statue of Lorelei on the southern cliffs. Perhaps she will have some answers for us. Okay, well let's keep that out. Southern Cliffs. Let's shoot out of the woods and then go south and see if we can find the statue. Because if I show you on Merwin's map, a little map, hand-drawn map from our elderly lady innkeeper, Merwin. This is what we've been using the whole game pretty much. If you want to, you can take this very early on, almost the first thing in the game. So we can see that there's a sea in the middle of Port Ovis, where the dock is. We've got a west and an east side. Seeing as we're on the east side already by those woods, we might as well go south from here first, and then if it's not there, we have to go south to the other side. I've got a feeling that it is on the east, but I can't quite remember. It's not on the map. The statue, she didn't put it on the map because it's not. She didn't think it was going to be any use to us. So that's okay. Not entirely sure how far south we need to go, but we could probably push this up a bit and see how we can go quite far north up on this. Not sure how far south it is, but we'll go along. Alright, let's go. Should we get out of the woods? We don't really want to encounter anything because we don't have so much health, and we don't want to waste our meat because you replenish your health when you sleep for a certain number of hours. If you sleep for all the 8 hours of night, you get 10 health, and it decreases the less you have. So 2, 3, 4. Let's get out of the woods. We roll again. 5 is a rabbit. Let's go back to our rabbits. So do a little shuffle. Capture. We get a raw meat. Fantastic. So sometimes when you play, you might decide to spend time just doing some skills or leveling some skills up, and sometimes you might decide to focus on some quests or do some encounters, fight some boar or something, or some bears to get your armor upgraded. Or I'm hoping there are a few different options that you can do. 4, 5, 6. So you're not just doing the same thing every time you get the game out. You could got a few different things. Well, there are skills or quests, but then there's also leveling up other things. So you could then kill a bunch of stuff or do a bunch of mining. Oops. 3, nothing. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7. Boar. Get away from those. 8, 9, 10, and we're out. 4. There's a rabbit again. Let's see if we get lucky. So we picked up 2 raw meats already. Raw meat is quite valuable. Evasion. We do not get it this time, so we're 50% on these. It's not 50% on these because there are 5 cards. I think there are 3 captures and 2 non-captures. Okay. Right, we're going to go south. 1, 5. Well, let's go 1 across and then 1, 5, 8. 1, 5, 8. I haven't really been down here. Actually, no, we did come down here when we go fishing. We went sea fishing. It's sort of down past here. What am I doing? 1, 5, 8. Thinking about adding random events that will be on random cards, and replace them for the normal one, so that you don't know where they'll be, and you won't know what it will be. They'll be sort of 50% good or bad. So down here we've got a little cliff bit here, so we can go down onto the beach or carry up. She said statue on the southern cliffs, so that may seem like it'd be up high on the cliff top, so we're not going to go on the beach because that'll be down, right? So we're going to go up. 195, and we have revealed a little hole. So we know that there is a cavern that looks a bit like that. 12, 1. That's a half hour. Put it just on top there. We can check what this is because we're on the map card. It is 195. We'll get the buildings deck out and we can check what it is. 195. We've got all the cards here. Amazing. Should have lifted those up. 195 even. So let me pick these up. Luckily it wasn't the whole bunch of them. Right, so it is a cavern. It is cavern 2. So that we've got cavern 1 we've been in. We have not been in cavern 2 yet. It takes 20 cards from the cavern straights and corners each. So it's 40 cards in total. Shuffle them together, put them down. So it's the same rules, but yeah, just more cards. So there was first one was 10 of each. This is 20 of each. So it could potentially be a massive cavern, which isn't particularly great. Maybe depends. You get better. You can. The base, mainly the reason for the caverns is to get poisons, ingredients for poisons. We haven't used any poisons yet, so it is quite maybe. Though there are 2 quests where you one quest where you definitely have to go in it. The second one where you don't have to, but you can do is telling you to do it. But there is an alternative way to getting the reward without using the caverns. Anyway, let's continue on. 196. Let's see what's down here. Should we do 197 as well? Okay, there we go. There's the edge of the woods. Let's go back on that. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. I did that, yeah. So the further south you go, the higher the number gets as well, because I numbered them from the top down to the bottom. Left to right, top to bottom. So 209. We've got a bit of the forest, the woods there too. Okay, we don't want to go into the woods. 210 then. Okay, well this is looking like a bit of a cliff. 211. Okay, we can see something emerging here. We've got some mining nodes as well next to this cavern 2. We want 237 next. That looks like an edge of a wood, or a bit of an edge. 236. Okay, 255. It's going to be the next deck. Got to be close because we're getting near the bottom. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 255. Okay, 254. Nothing. There's a bit of a cliff. Let's go this way. So what did we do? We went this way, didn't we? So 9, 10, 11, 12. Back again onto here. 256. Is that on in shot? Yes, it is just about in shot. Okay, what's over here? So that's 1 again. Let's do. So we can go further west or south. We've got 60. No, we've got 4 hours left in the day. It's fine. Moving about doesn't use much time up. That's only when you start using skills to do that. That starts happening. 284. Should we just do 257 because it's next to it? Aha! Ha 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 ha! There is something here. There is something here. That looks like a statue or something to me. I think I need to have a buildings. It needs to be maybe an objects deck. I need to think of what to call this because there's no way of knowing what this is. 257. No, you see, there's no way of knowing what this is. So I think this deck has to be maybe a point of interest, a POI, perhaps. Point of interest. Buildings count as points of interest? I suppose they would. We're going to say add statue. There are a couple of other things as well. So I think there just has to be one deck that you come to check what the thing is. Otherwise you won't know. Because we come here, it looks like a statue, but you need the confirmation, I think. I'll show you what it looks like. It's 2 steps. I think it's pretty obvious, but I think for in terms of games, you need to have that specifically said. So you got 257. So can you see that? There's a little statue. It looks like of a mermaid. She's got a hand pointed out. Next to her, there's a little bench next to her, so you can sit on the edge and look out to the sea. So, yeah, we need to change that buildings deck to be a point of interest deck, because there are a couple of other points of interest as well. That would be good. Right, 257. Yeah. So say we've picked up a building, it's got a nice picture. No, actually, it says take quest item R8, R10 even. So we've got all our quest items here. They've got numbers on them. It's like here, we've got R15 for example, Q10, R10. R10 right here, we'll take this one. Aha! I thought there was I had drawn the statue already, and I have. So this is, yes, so this should be not a quest item. I'll show you what it is. This is the image, the drawing I've done of the statue, so you can see a better glimpse of it. Statue of Lorelei. This needs to be not a quest item. This needs to be point of interest. I think 257. Actually, so there it is. It's there. There's no other information. There's just an image of her. So okay, what do we do? What do we do with this information? Good question. Let me just put this back in the new points of interest deck. Just leave it there. There is something else that we should put in here as well. We'll have to find that another time. I've got a view. There's a view spot at the top. I pulled over, is overlooking the rest of it, and that will go into points of interest. And we got the bandit camp as well, and then there's another thing that's a secret at the moment still. Oh, got a couple of other things actually. So anyway, so we've done that. We've looked at it. We're still on the same quest card. That hasn't changed. We've got a thing, and we know that our friend Sheelith has R11. We can check it on the card. We can check it on the card down here, right at the end in the middle. R11. So we're just going to go back to her and see what she has to say, because we've checked on the card. That's what she says. We've got her there. It's all on the map already here, so that's nice and easy. So we're going to go all the way back up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Unless we wanted to just have a little mosey, see if there's anything else down here. Let's have a little look. We've got time. We've got 4 hours. It's going to take. Hold on. We've got to get back to the inn in 4 hours. It's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's 1/2 hour. Oh yeah, it's going to take. It's only take an hour to get back, so we've got plenty of time. Let's go down to 283. Let's just see if there's anything else that is interesting. Is that viewable? Oh, it's just the edge of the cliff. 284. Oh, we're at the very end of Port Ovis. 285. Yeah, there's nothing down here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 253. Do you want to check out 253? It's like the edge of the forest. Looks like it just goes into the forest, doesn't it? So let's just leave that then. Okay, let's just go back. How are we doing on time? Doing alright for time. 15 minutes. So we went there 8, and we decided not to. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're back up here again. We go 7, 8. And we roll for an encounter. 3 is nothing. 10. 4 is a rabbit. Again, we've got a few rabbits. I said this before in previous streams, but I think this game would be quite fun for journaling. I'd say because you have the days and you could say, well, I went right all around Port Ovis looking for a statue, and I found 3 rabbits. Well, no, I tried to capture a few rabbits in the woods whilst I was talking to Judith the witch, who warned me about stuff. We caught. Look, they got another raw meat. 3 raw meat, just from walking around. And we caught 3 raw meats, and we can cook that up later on. Fantastic. No, we can't cook without any kindling. We'll have to buy some kindling. I'll keep forgetting about the kindling. We got a flintstone. You have to buy a flintstone, but we've got one of those forever. That's a 3. 1, 2. We'll do another roll. 6. 4. Right, so we've gone back to Judith and we have said, we found the statue, there was nothing there. She's got R11, so we just go straight to R11. Right, Judith, there's nothing by the statue, is just the statue there. So she says, if there is nothing there, then it must be a clue to some other idea. The runes of magic are not lightly used, adventurer. There is reason to it, but is beyond your understanding. Search for more pieces to the puzzle. Puzzle. Okay. Interesting. Right, I'm going to put that away now because we've got to figure out a puzzle. That's going to be nice and simple, isn't it? She doesn't have R12, so we know we're not coming back to you for the next one. She got R13 though, so we go somewhere for R12. So you could search through all the characters and find out exactly who is R12 if you don't want to do a little puzzle. But we could do a puzzle. But we want to also go up to GA. We could probably do that in this day as well. I wonder how far up we need to go to get out of the woods. I don't think far. Let's go along and up. 2, 4. Roll. 2, nothing. 94. 94. Yes, just on the edge of the woods. I can see that. 6. We roll. 5. There's a rabbit again. No way. That's so many rabbits. We haven't had any 8s. Touch wood yet. Do we get another raw meat? I'm going to move that one across. Oh, was that a bad idea? No, it was a good idea. Raw meat. Look at that. Another raw meat. What was the one underneath that I moved? That was a raw meat as well. Okay, that's less exciting. Anyway, that's our 3rd raw meat. Did we not get a raw meat from before that I didn't do? Oh, that's annoying. I don't know now. That doesn't matter. Can't remember if I did one or not. Doesn't matter. What do we want next? 87. Let's find that then. 87. That's the edge. That's the last bit. Ooh. And then we'll pack away some of these cards and go up to GAs. Let's do a 6, 7, 8. Is that still? No, that's out of the woods now. We pass through the woods and out. 8. Now we get a bear. Okay, we have to roll for our sneak. We do not want to fight it. We don't have much health at all. We have to roll 3 or higher because we get +3 for our fully leveled up sneak. So we roll a 6-sided die. So that means that we need to roll a 3 or higher. We haven't been rolling high. 1. Okay, looks like we have to escape. Okay, no, let's see. So there's a couple of things we can do before we get the bear out. Because we get a combat bonus from our species of being a fallen fae, we get to turn any of our cards into an initiative, which means that we can, if we get a dodge, we can just escape any attack that anyone ever gives us, because initiatives can only be countered by an initiative. So, but instead of being hampered by that, we're okay with it, but we have to get a dodge in our set of 4 for our first hand of turn 1, round 1 of combat. So if we get a dodge, we don't need to worry about anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a dodge in here? Crit, sneak, sneak, dodge right at the end. Yes. Okay, that's nice and easy. I mean, we wouldn't have lost too much health. 8 at the most from our 32, but it means we don't have to get the cards out, which is quite good for the stream. Right, good. Let's put the rabbit away. Let's put all these cards away. We'll come back to this. I'm thinking now that we might need this to be, the Statue of Lorelei, to be a point of interest card and a quest item card, because we need to refer back to her, don't we, for this puzzle. That's okay, we can just use the same image for both, but I think we need to put that in our quest item slot so we can always refer back to it and remember that is something that is an ongoing thing to think about, basically. We just need to add the same image for a point of interest card. Right, let's pack up these. Oh god, pack up these. 283, 285. So there wasn't much else down there, but we didn't explore everything, so we could have spent a bit more time going right to the edge of the map if we wanted to. 9, 10, 11. So we can get rid of all of these. This massive long row. So the thing is, sometimes the more cards you have out, it doesn't make any difference, because they just if they're in a row, like in a line, a row is the right word. Then you just put them all together, and then they go back nice and quickly. Take that one. I'll bring you down because we're going north. Right. Let's take these ones first. So anything over 250, 253. Yes, we do. And then 280. 3. Okay, then go down. So I guess you're kind of packing away the game as you're playing anyway. So the last, it's not like there's a big pack up at the end. You're kind of constantly moving the game around and changing things as you go. 209. So it's not like there's never a time right at the end where you're just like, I've got to pack away all these things, which I think is quite good. I'm not sure if it hampers. I mean, yeah, it's just, are you okay with taking away and putting cards back often? That is that's going to be the main sticking point here. But it is I mean, there are lots of card-based games that exist, and they do the same thing. So I think there are some people who are fine with it. I'm fine with it. I didn't really play a lot of games coming out of this, but now I play quite a lot of games. But I think even at this is still less than 5 minutes to pack away a bunch of cards. But I suppose you might think after you've packed away a large amount that you don't want to carry on, but I think that's okay as well. If you've had enough, you've had enough. Come back to it later. Right, I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to go north to 34. We've got 5 minutes just to chat to GA. What's it say? 34? 34. Ah, we're right above Cavern 1. Might be tempted to go into Cavern 2 in the next couple of streams just to check out what that's like. We want to go east, actually. We don't go that way. We can't go across the big rocks, so we want 35. Yeah, let's put that along a little bit. I need to go down. Okay, we don't need to go up at all. That was a bit of a detour we did not need to do. 8, 9, 10. 86. There we go. This way, 85. Now we want 36. Okay, these rocks are annoying. Not that annoying. Kind of interesting. 10, 11, 12. Uh, 36. 37. 38. 39. And what, 22. That's where GA is, if I'm not much mistaken. There he is. That's where his house is anyway. His observatory. He's a man of the stars. If we came here at night, we could be collecting a star sign, which would give us a boon for the next day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't only done that once. I guess because he's so far away from most other stuff, you have to go out of your way to get it. But they are good boons. They grant, let me show you. They grant a lot of stuff. So each one is a star sign, has a little back to it like this. And then you flip it over and you've got like the fish, the crab. Let's get a few up here. Let's get 3 up here. See what these do. Top random ones. See, where do we get? So here we are. So they're all based off the actual star signs. So we've got the Virgin, observant, reliable, helpful, effect gain a shield of +20 during combat. So that would go +20. That's pretty good. I could make that even bigger, you know, because that'd be if you had a sleep bonus of +10 plus the 20 of this. I mean, and the crab. Caring, adaptable, loyal. Gain 1 extra roll when using the lock picking skill. An extra roll is really helpful. And then the fish, friendly, imaginative, sensitive. Gain 2 times 2 gold from fishing. So we did use that one before. That was really good. So they are good. They're really good. I forgot. Just forget about them. That's the thing. Get a shield +20 during combat. I mean, we that'd be useful. But the thing is, maybe instead of getting a random one, you can pick which one you want, and that would make it better. Scorpion. Hold these up a little bit. We got. Do you know what I mean? So I think maybe you could just pick the one you need. Doesn't really make any sense. So we've got the lion there. 1 extra hide when using the hunting skill. That would be really good. That would be really good. I've forgotten what they even are. We needed that for our bear hide because you only get 1 hide to get. That's twice as much basically. The scorpion, 1 extra card when using persuasion. Okay, 2 hide from killing wolves. 2 hide from killing boar. 2 times 2 gold from any source. Times 2 hide. Times 2 hide from killing bears. Times 2 of any item when mining and logging. 1 get an 1 strike before combat begins. So that's the archer. So you get we've got a bow and we've got the sneak. So we could get the bow shot and the sneak hit and this extra hit. You get 3 hits in, but you get a whole round of combat before round 1 of combat. And if you had that, access all items of your inventory from anywhere. So I guess the only problem is you don't need the one. Which one was it? Gain extra hide when using a hunting skill. That would have to be something else because we've got one specifically for wolves, boar, and bear. So that one would have to be something else. Maybe gain extra loot from creatures and monsters, perhaps, rather than just animals, because they're categorized. So they are really good. Just forget about them, but maybe we don't have them random. We just pick one, because all the star signs are out in the sky anyway, aren't they? And you can just see them all, so you could just pick one. I think that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm going to write that down before I forget it. Star signs. I don't know if that's going to make you more likely to use them. Pick what one you want. Yeah, but I think that's better. I think that makes it more of a reason to come up here because it is out of the way, and that's the reason why I haven't been using them. But they are really good, and I forgot they're really good. I mean, I might tempt it because we do want more bear hide. We just pick the double bear hide and go hunting. It'll be good. We're at 8 now. Let's just quickly talk to GA. Let's see what he has to say about his other quest. The other quest. What was the other quest? Oh yeah, so we're in the prison and there's a strange guy who was screaming about sleepers, and the sleepers will dissolve the barrier. Sleepers are coming. So some crazy stuff going on there. So you jump back, blah blah blah. Olwyn, our harbour master, says there's some weird stuff. Would you go find GA? I reckon he's the only person who might know about this. So we're looking for S5 for GA. Let's ask GA S5. Oh, you know what? Sheedith has got S5. Sheedith has S5. Interesting. Hold on. Where's GA's one then? That's interesting. Where GA? GA's got S5. They both got S5. Okay, that's not what we want. Sheila should have S6, not S5. S6. That's a mistake. This is why we play test. This is why we play test. Good. At least we didn't go to the wrong place. Right, S5 is GA. Let's see what he has to say about these sleepers, or just anything really, whatever's going on. So he's the resident scholar and night sky watcher, I guess. So he says, sleepers. Now, how would you know that name? They are quite hidden from common knowledge. Even I know little of them. All I know is that they can commune through the subconscious mind, primarily through our sleep, and they have been dormant for an age, if not more. There are few references to them in the scholarly books, I'm afraid. The information simply doesn't exist. Ask Sheelith. She may have access to other sources. Okay, well, so, there we go. Some information. That's why she has S6, so we go to her next. We'll do that. Okay. Okay, so what did he say? All I know, there's little known of them, all I know is that they can commune through the subconscious mind, primarily through our sleep, hence the name Sleepers. And the guy was rambling about how he couldn't sleep. Do we want to buy anything from GA? Star signs? Oh, it costs 10 gold for a star sign. You can only do it at night as well. Persuasion. Do we want to learn a bit of persuasion for getting half price on some food, any items? That I think is worth doing. We've got a lot of gold. I'm gonna level up my persuasion. It's not on here. It's not on there. The persuasion are physical cards where you match up the sides to try to get half price on a bunch of items. How many cards are there? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Quite. And then, right. Well, we can buy a couple of these. We got 15, 45, 50, 59 we got. Do we need money for anything? Just for our bear hide, but we need bear hide first. We're going to get the raw meat from doing that. So I don't think so. Yes, let's buy 3. Let's give these a little shuffle. Let's buy 3 of these. We've got 2 already. So 3 would be 15, 45. We don't even have 60, so we have to only buy 3. Okay, let's buy 3 of these. 1, you say how impressive their items are. Okay, good. 2, you inquire about their day. And last one, you remark on their fair pricing. Yes. Okay. So we got 5 now. We got you excuse yourself for any interruption, and you look into their eyes and maintain eye contact. So what we need is for 2 or more of the little coloured in bits on the side to match up. To match up with as many as, let's do that, to as many as possible shops as possible. So we've got a few here. We've got 5. Let's see what that does. We'll keep that out so we can maybe remember. Maybe we need a spot for our persuasion cards on our deck. Anyway, that's GA done. Put the characters back. Out of time, we have spent 45 from our, so that's going to be 50, 14 gold. 14 gold. Right, we'll pack away these cards, and then we will go down to Sheelith. I am tempted to have a little think. If we're going to just hunt for more bear hide, I would like to go. It's a bit of a catch-22 because we want to get the ×2 bear hide. That means we need to kill, like, how many more do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 bears instead of 6, which is obviously great. But we will have less health because we won't have our full night's sleep. You only get +10 if you have 8 hours sleep. If we have 6, it goes down to 8 and so forth. So we will have less health. Oh, we don't need to fight them. We're going to hunt them. Yes. We're going to hunt them, not fight them. So that should be fine. So we're going to hang around until night time next stream. We're going to talk to Shideth, hang around to night time next stream. Be quite cool. We got a bottle. If we go back to the inn, we can pick up a bottle, try to catch some glow worms, glow bugs. Yes, and figure out what's going on with the statue of Lorelei, and figure out we got a few things to do. Very good. Right, okay, let's put this away. A little bit better than that. Put it up here. I think we need a bit more space on our character board for our weapon deck, especially. Definitely need space for that. And then we can have a space for persuasion cards, even though it's completely optional. I'll figure it out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.